If you're wondering how we help clients heal their eczema, I'm going to show you what we do in the Love Your Skin program. As you know, having eczema is way beyond those itchy red rashes. It's a mental, emotional, and it's a physical roller coaster. So the very first thing that we do is get the body in a state to heal, because there's so much stress, anxiety, overwhelm. There's all these emotions. You're in survival mode when you're in that peak flare-up. The first thing we have to do is address these eczema healing pillars. We have this Love Your Skin portal. I have a bunch of different videos and action tasks to help people go through that process, because if all of this isn't done, nothing else is gonna work. I know that from my trial and error, years and years and years of struggling being in that eczema stress cycle. And I know from clients who have come back and said, I really wish I would have focused on that more, because there's no diet, there's no supplement, there's no cream that's going to heal your eczema long-term if you don't have all of this aligned first. So we have this portal set out, so it's an easy process clients can go through. The community aspect of the program would by far be the biggest aspect that's so helpful for our clients, because having eczema is a really isolating journey. You go to doctors, dermatologists, they're like, it's just eczema, take this cream, you just have to live with it. And then you're on Google trying to figure it out. In my experience, I didn't know anybody else that had eczema. So it's actually a really beautiful experience when you can have other people going through the same process. It's really amazing when clients get on the calls, they talk about their healing journeys, and they hear everybody else's and oh, it's not just me, because everybody thinks they have this mystery illness. So it's really powerful to be in a community of other people who understand what you're talking about, and they're on the healing journey as well, getting the same result, and you can support each other. So we have weekly calls where you can come to. There's onboarding calls. We have the weekly calls with the Nutritionists and Naturopaths, and there's mindset calls. We have breathwork sessions, and we also have the Brain Skin series with our Psychotherapist as well. It's a full modality program to help people where they're at in their healing journey, to help them heal their skin. Then there's also the big part of the program. Okay, what's the root cause of this eczema that I have? How do we get to that root cause? When we help clients start getting to the root cause, they do their symptom score, and we do a food diary to see what's going on. They submit that to the team of nutritionists and naturopaths and get feedback on how to use food as medicine. Is there a food sensitivity? What symptoms do we need to look out for? And then we start going down the route of further testing, looking at blood work, looking at GI maps, and other testing when necessary. All of this helps us understand what's filling up that bucket of inflammation. Stress, is it gut overgrowth? Is it food sensitivities? Is it environmental? Is it hidden infections? What's filling up that bucket of inflammation that's coming out through the skin? And then we start looking at, okay, how can we put together healing protocols based off of what's going on in your body and what body systems need to be supported. So this is where you get into the more nitty-gritty, where it's more personalized, and there are different levels of the program based on where people are at as well. And this is the part that's going to help long-term, right? Because we want to bring your body back to that space where it was, let's say 5 years ago, when you weren't covered in rashes, when it wasn't really chronic. And that's the aim of the game. We want to understand, okay, how can I create this eczema relief blueprint so I know the little signs that my body's going to tell me? Is it a stress response? Is it in the gut? Is it hormones? That leads to the eczema, because we know it's not just eczema, what's causing the inflammation in the body that presents as eczema, because eczema is just secondary. And so the long-term goal, like Alex had said, it's having the confidence and having the tools to be able to manage your eczema on your own. And that's the key to healing eczema. As you can see, there are so many different elements to this program, which is why it is so effective, but it's also why we are really selective of who we let into the program, because we're all really passionate. You know, everybody in the program has either had eczema or they've been on a health journey, so we know what it's like to be in a lot of pain and how that affects our relationships and work life and how we feel about ourselves, our confidence, family, children, if that's where you are in life. It's not just your eczema, it's the whole life. And it also does require showing up and doing the work and coming to the calls and making lifestyle changes, noticing how your thoughts impact your skin. It does take time and it does take work that you have to put in, which is why we are selective, because we can't want it more than you. So if you are ready to make these changes, show up every week and start your eczema healing journey so you can go back to living normal life. And you can have the confidence to go out, wear the clothes that you want, and show up in your relationships. Then apply for the Love Your Skin program.